Alright guys, afternoon, it's Jeff. I'm back again. Been a little while since I uploaded. Just to say, yes, I know I've revisited this topic a couple of times recently, but I'm going to be having a little dig at the Ken Ham again and, young earth creationism in general. Now, that's not what I sort of set this channel up just to rag on any particular subject or any particular person, and that's why I sort of stopped making videos on like Onision or whatever a year or so ago, because I just got tired of talking about the fucking guy. But this guy Ken Ham, he kind of is a gift that keeps on giving. I will just say very briefly. Now, I did have another video on the can, having a go at another young Earth creationist called Kent Hovins, and then there was a story out that he come out with about a month ago. Where he made the same mistake as another, young Earth creationist called Ray Comfort. Now, Ray Comfort did this, infamous clip that's been out for years now about, about with a banana. Somehow that disproved evolution, and he was made to look pretty stupid for that, for all kinds of reasons I won't get into. It's all out there. And Kent Hovind, obviously not learning from the mistake, said the same sort of thing about broccoli, and not realizing the same stuff of what applied to bananas applies to the vegetable broccoli as well. So I had that video in the can, but it didn't turn out that good, and I was going to re-record, never really got the re-recording and upload, but kind of never got around to it because I got a bit busy and sidetracked with other stuff. So yeah, that's why that didn't get uploaded. So anyway, this morning I kind of came across this little nugget from Ken Ham from Answers in Genesis, and this is from there. Now this clip I've got to say is about a month and a half, the story's a couple of months old. And but I hadn't really come across it, but so the old saying, hey, if you haven't seen it, it's news to you. So I thought I'd just do a little bit of commentary on this. I might play the audio of this clip in a minute. I'm not necessarily going to play through the entire clip, okay, but I want to just go through the main bit thing of this. And they're talking about this. There was a story out about a couple of swans in Austria. Let's put one. Gay swans. We got to be clear on this. Gay swans, and we'll go and talk about this in a bit more detail in a minute. But they were moved to a nature reserve because they were somewhat attacking people that were getting too close to the nest, and they'd kind of using this they found this little like cup type thing or something that they were almost protecting like an egg or something. It was it's an interesting little story, really. But anyway, I will play this audio clip. I might do some stops here in a minute. Just do a little bit of commentary on pieces as and when. But be warned, the face palms are coming in this one. Okay, the face palms are absolutely coming. So gay swans. Sister, he's got a little panel of people here. Containing a plastic cup. The fact that I'm reading that sentence just is wrong in so many ways.
How can you have a gay swan?
Well, that's what I said. I mean, that's just attributing a human choice, lifestyle choice, to an animal. Yeah.
When I got sent this.
Well, I don't know who this lady is, but that there pretty much shows straight away that Ken Ham's minions are just as fucking stupid as he is, or just as fucking bigoted, whatever way you want to look at this. The fact that straight away, they attribute being gay as a lifestyle choice. When, sexuality is not a lifestyle choice. We know this to be true, okay? We know this, sexuality, it is biological. So what you're attracted to, you can't help that. It's a, so it's, herein lies the problem right from the start of this, of where they're going with this. So yeah, let's keep going.
It in my news, categorizing thing. I was like, do I put this as a culture or a science item? I'm not really sure at this point. so swans
These swans were aggressive.
These swans in Austria had this nest with a colorful plastic cup in it, and they would attack anyone that came.
A colorful plastic cup. Was it rainbow colored?
Doesn't say.
I told you the face palms were coming. He fucking had to go there, didn't he? Was it rainbow coloured? Funny joke, Ken. Maybe. Hey, maybe God put the cup there as a sign that he would never ever flood the swan's nest again. Just put a thought out there. Seeing as you're big into your Bible and stuff, so.
Well, they said that
Let's go
gay
on.
swans. I was just wondering.
Well, the thing is that, or how do we even know they think it's a nest? Maybe they just like the cup, I mean, I don't know how.
Probably because we understand how birds build nests, okay? That's probably how we understand this. It's not, a lot of people who have observed this over the years, we know how birds build nests, so I think we could say that pretty reliably that we know it's a nest.
And swans are naturally aggressive. Like, they're just nasty. They're beautiful, but they're nasty birds. They'll attack.
They've suffered from sin and the curse.
Yes, yes, they have.
So they could have been. It could have been just swans being swans.
It could have been. Well, it could have been. I think most likely it's swans being swans.
Could be gay swans being gay swans as well. Right, okay. Nasty creatures. Swans are territorial. They're territorial. I think geese are a bit like that too. They can become aggressive if they feel threatened, especially if they feel their nest is threatened, okay? So, in a certain respect, you're not too wrong. It is swans being swans, okay? But, that is, that's why they get like that. It's, again, this is not something you have to have a fucking PhD to understand, So, let's go on.
It's interesting, though. There's a hint at something here. We've read it in other articles because it says homosexuality has been documented in a host of different animal species, such as famous gay penguins of the New York Central Park Zoo. You know why they do this? Because I've seen it in articles where they say, oh, look, they're supposedly gay penguins, gay swans, and that's why humans can be gay. Well, what about animals that eat their young? Are you going to say, there's animals that eat their young?
Oh, boy.
Or these super aggressive swans. Like, can we just be aggressive then? Because.
Or there's female species that eat the male species. Yeah.
Right, now that's about all of that clip, to be honest, that I'm willing to fucking play, okay? Because I think, really, it kind of goes on for another minute or so, but we've kind of come to the whole crux of the problem with this now, with everything he's just said. First of all, it is absolutely documented fact that there has been homosexual behaviour documented in many different species of animals. Now, scientists, do have some disagreements upon the levels of this to a certain degree, but it is pretty much accepted that it does happen, and it goes in. I can just go straight onto Wikipedia's kind of list of this as well, which I know, but it straight away goes through a whole list of different birds, and one of the first ones it actually gives us an example of swans. But mallards, penguins, vultures, pigeons, mammals. There's dolphins, bats, elephants, giraffes. And obviously with primates, bonobos, orangutans, Japanese macaques, and various monkeys. So with reptiles, even with certain insects, with dragonflies, this has kind of been observed, and even bed bugs, to a degree. It's it's quite. I mean, it brings up the sort of history of this. I mean, the history of this. It was actually first. I think first documented by Aristotle, of all people, who noticed this sort of behaviour with pigeons, I believe. So in about so this must be like 300 odd years before, 300, something like 358 BC or something. So this isn't anything new that's been discovered here. But then it goes on to, he's Ken. Then, of course, Ken comes up with the straw men, doesn't he? has to come up with the straw man. Like, well, there's some animals that eat their young, and then there's like and there's like species where or should we say kinds of animals, to put this in language that young Earth creationists would understand. And don't even get me started on the whole kinds thing, because that's a fucking whole minefield for another day. And probably, to be honest, it could be probably explained better by other people than me, but the whole kinds thing is a misnomer as well, but yeah, that's because we haven't, and a lot of those even those species that I've actually even mentioned on there don't eat their young, or the females don't eat the males when we know that happens with things like praying mantises and so on. But it's just we haven't evolved that way. And I know this is a subject I know people like Ken Ham have a problem with, is evolution, because they either willingly don't understand it, or and which I think is more the case. And I think the ignorance is willful with this, because the evidence is overwhelming. Okay, the evidence of evolution is overwhelming now. And it's just, and again, it's like every time you hear this, I hear the straw men of this, like they'll say, well, there's never been a transitional species, and then someone will provide a list of that, and then they'll go on to something else or whatever, just to sort of try and, we've heard all these fucking arguments so many times, and they none of them hold up. None of them hold up. It's just ridiculous. But to be honest, it gets to the crux of my problem of young Earth creationism, of how fucking dishonest some of these people, like Kent Hovind, who I mentioned there, and I will openly call him a contemptible liar and a fraud, and it can be documented that that's what he is. He's absolutely, it's demonstrable. This bloke is a contemptible liar and a fraud. I don't give a fuck. I will say that. And I think Ken Ham's incredibly dishonest as well. I think he knows. Here's the thing. Let's tell you something. This is supposed to be this Answers in Genesis thing. Apparently there's even this Answers in Genesis University, where they're supposed to be scientists doing, biblical research to prove creation science, which is a fucking pseudoscience in itself. They have to sign a statement of faith when they join this, that they are going to dismiss any evidence that contradicts what the Bible says. So straight away they're taking a dishonest fucking position. This is absolutely true. You can look this up. This is what Answers in Genesis do. This is what Ken Ham does. So there you go. Look, that's another little blimmin' rant on these people who, and I like to call the epitome of fuckwittery. It is just, I don't think all people who believe in young Earth creationism are dishonest. I think a lot of people genuinely believe it, but they've been fucking duped by people like Ken Ham, Ray Comfort, Kent Hovind, and a whole number of others I can mention. Those are just three of the most notorious examples. Yeah, so look, that's my little rant about this getting over. Again, I don't want this to become a rag on creationism sort of channel. It is kind of a gift that seems to keep on giving at the moment with stuff that I see. So, but it's not sort of something I'm set out to do. There's other people that do it better than I can anyway. I always recommend Aaron Ra's channel for people who aren't familiar with Aaron Ra. Please go and check him out, where he just spends a lot of time absolutely just debunking this fucking bullshit, and with scientific evidence as well. So anyway, that's my little thoughts on this. And I'll I'm gonna go now. I've had enough of talking about these fuckwits for another one day. So I'll see you guys later. All right, salute.